to What's the Word on the realest platform on YouTube, American Cholo. I'm Frank. Some of y'all may know me as Frankie, and I got my boys with me. I got the homie Philosopher and two special guests over here. Some of y'all may know Boo Boo. And
What's up, man? We out here on What's the Word? Doughboy Tony, where the fuck you at, homie? Where the fuck you at? We gonna have to fire your ass.
And Boo Boo, introduce the special guest that we have in the studio.
I got my son right here, Elijah.
That's right.
Yeah. Threw him in on the show.
Bear with me.
That's right.
Welcome.
Hey, but you know what, Frank? I think we're gonna have to rename this podcast for the episode. This is the F&F Pod, G. This is the Frank and Fool podcast.
There it is, the Frank and Fool. Hell yeah.
We caught Tony with low socks, so we had to, you know.
Yeah, we had to kick him out, G.
What?
Yeah, bro.
That's why you got fired, homie.
Bro, little by little, we just infiltrating right now,
That's
dog.
it. Damn. Where's Tony at, anyways?
Man, today's
He
his
had a
dad's
state or
birthday.
what?
Nah, it's his dad's birthday.
Oh, today's dad's birthday.
Yeah,
All right,
so-
hey, happy birthday to your pops,
yeah.
homie.
Happy birthday,
Oh, yeah.
Milton.
That's right.
Happy birthday.
Feliz cumpleaños, Big Milton. He's out there, hit some golf. I saw on his Instagram that he was on the golf course in the morning.
Doughboy Tony's on the golf course.
And the golf course
With
in
his
the
little
morning.
socks, with
With
his
the
little
little
fucking,
socks.
with his little golf shoes on.
He don't wear socks when he golfs, G. That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
right.
Yeah.
With his
Free
little
Willy.
fucking golf shorts and
Yeah,
shit.
straight up. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
You're getting an image, homie.
Salmon colored and shit.
But he's out there celebrating
That's right.
his pop's birthday, and
yeah.
we need more of that, right?
Yes,
Hell
sir.
yeah. For those of you that have your pops, homie, fucking
100%.
Fucking enjoy your pops, bro, because I don't have mine anymore, and I can't have those birthdays no more with them, and I miss those.
And
So enjoy it.
And that's why it's important, you bringing Elijah here,
Hell
bro.
yeah,
Getting
that's my
him
boy right here.
introduced into the podcasting world, bro.
That's
But
right.
like, it's I can't reiterate this enough, right? We need more strong brown men out there and
Yes,
brown
we do.
fathers out there, right? Really kind of holding it down. So shout out to you, Milton, on your special day, bro. We appreciate
right.
you always tapping in. But let's get into some topics. Y'all ready?
Let's do this. Hell yeah.
We're talking about this just to kind of get it worked up and get into it. I know some of y'all don't really watch this sport, but I was having this conversation with Elijah, and I can't believe what I heard.
The disrespect.
The disrespect, G.
man.
The NBA Finals.
NBA. Who's playing, first of all?
The Celtics against the Mavericks.
Oh, the Celtics are in.
Yeah.
And you said the fucking Mavericks were going to win?
Yeah,
They're-
look.
Oh,
I
man.
was going for the Mavericks before like the finals that happened.
The beginning
so,
of the
I
season.
can't just switch up and be like, all right, the Celtics are gonna take it.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
They're currently down 0-2.
Oh,
two.
They're down 2 games.
But they can come back. They come back. I got
Damn,
to back up
dog.
my son. Yeah, they got to come back. They
can come back.
I got 20 on it, bro.
Old boy's over here being loyal to the soil, and the response to him,
boy.
dog, is like, but they're down. They're down too. They ain't doing shit.
They're down, bro. But, it's sports, bro. Anything can happen. They have really...
Are you really watching it or no? Or just kind of the highlights?
Yeah, kind of the highlights, bro. Like,
Uh-huh.
I haven't had really time to kind of sit down and watch the game.
Yeah.
They're long, right?
Yeah.
People like us have to work.
4 minutes just turns into like an hour.
Bro, for real.
Yeah, with all the timeouts and everything. Yeah, you watching the games or no?
Here and there.
Here
when
and
I get
there?
a chance, yeah.
Yeah.
I know Tony's watching them because he's probably betting on all of it. So,
That's right.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like I'm with you. Like, I want the Mavericks to win because as a lifelong Laker fan, like
Yeah. You don't want the Celtics to
Those are
win.
the rivals. Those are the ops.
Yeah, exactly.
We want all the bad things to happen to them and only them.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's right.
So-
All right.
Somebody
We
break a
putting-
leg over there.
Bro,
That
something, dog.
energy got to go somewhere, dog.
But they got an incredible squad, man, and it looks good. It looks good for them right now. They're up 2-0. But I really anticipate Kyrie and Luka really coming back and doing something, making it a series.
Yeah.
But man, like I said, I really hope that the Celtics lose, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Moving
Yeah,
on.
I'm not really into the. I tapped out when the Lakers got out, so that's when I
right.
tapped out. Yeah.
Man, I feel it, bro. Trust me. Like, it broke my heart.
Yep.
It broke my heart when they lost to the Nuggets again. But you know what, man? Like, hopefully we can do some things this coming year. I know Dan Hurley turned down our offer for $70 million. So we might have JJ Redick. I think.
Okay.
And 707, thank you for reminding me, bro. Rest in peace, Jerry West, bro.
Oh, that's right. He passed away
Yeah.
today, 86 years old. I
86.
can't believe I forgot about it, man. I seen it all day on the news.
Man.
Damn, rest in peace, Jerry West. NBA logo, man. People don't even realize that.
Legend.
Yes.
Legend.
Yes.
I know a lot of us weren't old enough to watch him play, bro, but
But he only has one championship.
that's crazy.
They were showing his stats today, and one championship. He has, Olympian, a bunch of All-Star champions, but he only ran one championship with the Lakers.
That's pretty crazy.
You know,
That's insane.
But he got the logo.
He's the logo.
He's the logo, man.
That's right.
I'll take that.
You'll take that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy stat about him, bro. He was the Finals MVP on the losing team on the Lakers when the Lakers lost.
Yeah, he was still MVP.
He was still the MVP. That's how good he was, man.
Yeah.
And some of the teams that were put together in the 2000s, like he was the GM, bro. He was the one pulling the strings
for the Lakers, because he worked for the Lakers, the Clippers, and
the Warriors.
The Warriors, yeah. And I tripped out when they were doing that today. I was like, I thought he was a long-time Laker.
Nah, you know? he dipped. He ended up going from the Lakers after we won, like, the back-to-backs, the three-peats, and Kobe was, back into the fold, and then he went to build the Warriors to what they were, right? And touched on the Clippers and whatnot, but shout out to the West family, a legend to say the least, bro.
Yes. Rest in peace, Jerry West, man.
Rest in peace, Jerry West. For those individuals in LA, he really does mean a lot to us. He's a Laker legend, man, and we definitely appreciate you putting all those teams together.
That's right.
But talking about fighting, I know the Philosopher's a big fight fan. I don't know if you guys watch boxing.
Only the big ones, only the big fights, Tyson's coming back. I love that, dude. Fuck, Tyson's a badass,
bro. Him,
he's like,
his fight guy,
he's hungry
he's
too.
not fighting Jake now.
No, but is he doing like backyard brawling and shit?
Is he?
It got caught.
He had a stomach ulcer, no?
Yeah, he's.
Because he flew on the plane and ended up in the hospital, right?
So
That's right, he did.
He's fighting Jake in November, so they pushed it all the way back to November.
But that's in another country, though, right?
Nah, I think here.
Because I thought he couldn't get a license here.
I think they're licensing here. I think it was in Vegas where he's supposed to fight Jake.
Damn.
Yeah, well, but I don't know. Unless it changed. Last thing I saw was that fight got canceled entirely, and that Logan's gonna fight him.
Nah,
No?
I saw that it got rescheduled for November.
So he's still gonna fight Mike.
Yeah, he's still gonna fight Mike.
Cool.
Yeah, but Mike's a badass, bro. Even in his older age, when you see him practicing and shit, it's like, damn, that fool got some hard hits still.
Yeah, I think that fight's a lose though, man.
You think so for both, or for just for Tyson just doing it?
Just for Tyson. You know what I mean? Because like I don't know, it just doesn't. I don't really see. I guess it's a victory overall because he's an older cat and he has a moment to do what he loves.
Yeah.
Regardless of what happens, right? But like, I don't know, bro.
But he's young in the heart, bro.
Yeah, but I don't think I would ever want to see a De La Hoya do that, right? I don't think there's certain
I don't think De La Hoya
legends,
could do that,
and
bro.
like I wouldn't want to see Canelo do it, right? I think
But some of them they have the heart, because I know me, I'm hitting my 50s and like I still want to run out there with the kids. You know what I mean?
right.
Like I still think I'm his age. Like, well, fuck, I'll still take you on. I know you guys ain't near your 50s, but like wait till you get there and your heart's still young, your mind is still young, but your body doesn't let you do it.
Yeah, but you do that's for like fun, right? Like you're just fucking around, having a good time, enjoying the moment, living life,
but
right?
That's Tyson. That was his fun, man.
Yeah,
that's what he loved to do. Just
I get that, right? And that's like he's the one guy that really embodied. That's kind of why he's a legend in my mind. It's like his mentality over everything else, not just his fight skill, but he's the one guy that really went into warrior mode, that really studied war, warriors, right? Like knew his shit. But I don't know, man. Like I don't think I'd ever want to put a legend that's up on this high pedestal and like so long later put him in this room as an older guy to fight some fucking YouTuber that is a pretty good boxer. You know, like I think that this YouTuber needs
leave him
to
as a legend, then
leave him as a legend, right? And make this YouTuber earn his keep, because how do you get to just fight a legend, dog?
So you're saying that was kind of like when Michael Jordan when he left basketball and he went to baseball. It's like, what are you doing, bro? You have this fucking legend and then you're gonna tarnish it.
Or it's like, you got Michael Jordan, right? And then like fucking 15 years later, he's all crashed out, burnt out, now being humble and a whole new man. And you're like, hey, come fucking compete with this kid in a fucking little league series. But he's like the nicest kid. He's got all this money. He's got the best trainers and he's fresh, young. Like, why would you ask Jordan to do that? I don't think I would ever ask that man to do that.
Yeah, because you're a little kid and you're just like, hey, come do it,
Yeah.
And Jordan's like, yeah, okay.
For fun, fuck it, bro. Throw him on. Let's go to the gym. Let's move around.
But to play devil's advocate, bro, the last thing to leave of boxers is power.
Yeah.
Right? So even though Tyson might be slow, even though he might not be as young as he used to be, I'm like, bro,
don't let it hit you.
Jake has never fought somebody with that mentality, and boxing is more mental than anything
100%.
else, right? So like, I hope it happens, right? I hope we see it. Everybody wants to see Jake get knocked out. I just hope Tyson makes it there, bro, because you're talking about this ulcer. like for me, it's like the first time that I really was like, oh man, this fool's human, dog. Like, for real, bro.
Really, bro? We got knocked out, G.
Well, yeah,
he was pretty human.
Yeah, but like
that's when he stopped being a fucking demigod, bro. And we got to see he's a person
Buster
like
Douglas knocked him out. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I remember that fight.
And bro, like
but he wasn't ready for that fight either.
But exactly,
because I remember watching it. I don't know if you guys were born or not, you know, but I remember watching it. And when he came out, he didn't have that killer mentality.
And he said it.
You know, he just didn't have that killer mentality for that fight. You know, and it showed.
And he even said it in his post-fight interview. He was like, I just don't have it no more. It's not there. Like he wasn't the same man when Cuss died because
of course.
You know what I mean? Like that's what took him off that pedestal and helped him. Like that's when we saw that this God can bleed, right? When Cuss died, and we're like, fuck, bro. Damn, there is a because like, come on, bro. He could have won that if it was a different time. If that fight had happened before, I think he would have done exactly the same thing. Yeah, you know. But it's all mental, G.
But, you know, with that being said, like, money talks, bullshit walks, right? And Jake, money talks. Yeah. It's going to be streamed on Netflix, bro.
I don't like that.
No way. Yeah, bro. They have this fight scheduled to be streamed on Netflix. So Amazon's already gotten into it with PBC, right? So they're streaming the fights, right? They just streamed the Canelo fight on Amazon.
Everything's streaming now.
Yeah. I'm like, slowly.
Cable's dead, bro.
1,000% cable's dead. It's been dead for a while.
Oh, yeah.
That's the new wave, the streaming services. So, like, Jake is bringing a lot of different eyes, and as much as like the boxing purist that I am, and I don't, you know, a lot of people are gonna talk shit about the kid. They're like, bro, it's not really boxing. You're a fucking influencer. I'm like, look, like here, anybody that gets up in the ring in that professional matter, right, and puts their life on the line, because every time you're up there, you're putting your life on the line. Yeah, I'm like, my respects to you. Even though I might not agree with it, you know, you're not, you know, necessarily, you didn't earn your keep, but in anything, people want to get paid. So like if you fight Jake, it's like fighting like, and
bro, you're getting a check.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna put it into this term, right? Because fighting Canelo is completely different. But you know you're gonna get paid if you fight Jake. 100%.
100%. But you know what I will say though, man? The one thing all right, look, I started off as a huge anti-Jake Paul guy, right? I fucking hated the kid, especially when he came into boxing, because I found it almost disrespectful, right? But the more and more I watched the kid, regardless of my hate for him, I kind of had the Mayweather effect with Jake, right? Where I had to learn to kind of respect the hustle, because at the end of the day, you're paying Freddie Roach to teach you, dog. You're paying for you have the money to get really good coaches to learn how to box fairly well. You didn't earn your keep in terms of like actually going through bodies and fighting people and working up the ladder, and that matters, bro. That's what was it galvanates or whatever fucking fighters, you know what I mean? It calcifies you. It makes you go through some shit. He kind of got to skip the line through exhibitions and shit like that. Yeah. But, and to your point, these people are getting paid off. One thing, to go back to Tyson, the only reason I don't want to see it, because I think Tyson is slow for Tyson. I don't think he's slow overall. The man has still got some good speed, some good power. But what my fear is the injuries that could happen, because Jake does have skill. He is nice. He does have power, right? He's not, you put him up against a world-class boxer and you're going to get, he's going to eat it, right? Like, I mean, you see what happened when he fought, what's his name's little brother?
Oh, yeah.
Right? So, like this man should be fighting boxers, right? Boxers, not MMA fighters, not wrestlers, you know?
And talking about real boxing, right, I guess you can say, you have the return of Gervonta Davis. So you have Gervonta Davis fighting this weekend against Frank.
You seen when he made old boy flinch?
Bro, yeah. Against Frank Martin.
So he was like, I'm not scared of you. He was like, shut your bitch ass, bro.
And you have and you have David Benavidez on that card as well. So they're co-headlining. Okay. David Benavidez is moving from 168 to 175.
Who's he fighting?
He's fighting a champion. He's fighting this European dude, Gavlakin. Like, I can't say his name, bro. But he's tough. I'm
on Benavidez no matter what,
bro. Though. He has Benavidez has an 85% knockout ratio, and this dude has an 80% knockout ratio. So moving to light heavyweight's completely different, bro. It's super different, but
and he's coming with a bunch of weight too.
100%.
Yeah, so that's gonna be hard for him to.
And you hear like the one knock or the one thing that you're hearing about Benavidez all the time right now is that Canelo's ducking him. Y'all believe that Canelo's ducking Benavidez?
No.
Look, man, I would say that it can be a risky move, because Benavidez, I think I would still put it on Canelo, right? But I don't know. I think maybe he's being a little more smart and picking his fights a little more. Sometimes you when you're on top, you want to expand expand the legacy a little bit. And if I have a guy that is a threat, maybe I do want to put a body or two in front of him.
What do y'all think?
Fuck, that's a good fucking analogy, you know. But yeah, I don't know. Now you got me thinking, you know. Now I was like, now I'm on the fucking fence.
Because there was there was
PR.
Because because you're saying you want your legacy to last maybe 2 years, you know, and be champ or whatever, you know, and you like you say throw two guys in there, so you're just.
And Benavidez is nice enough, man.
So you're not called a Cinderella boxer, you know.
Exactly.
It just happened one time because you know, get in these comments, these motherfuckers will tear you apart, you know.
real,
we were talking about that earlier, man.
Don't read them.
Don't read the comments, man.
Nah, don't read them.
Man. You go home crying.
Yeah,
okay, so talking about comments, dude. Like this one time this one comment really fucking got me. Like I went home like this motherfucker. I wish I knew who he was. And I'll tell you what the comment. Yeah, he got me. You know, people could talk all this shit they want. I mean, I've heard everything.
Fuck that fool,
but
bro.
this
Don't
one,
worry.
fuck that fool. No, but this one comment, man, because you know, I got my low ride.
Of course,
I've done low riding forever. I mean, I've fucking $100,000 into my car, you know.
That's right.
I've been from a pretty good fucking car club that's well known, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And this fool fucking says, "You're a disgrace to low riding." I was like, this motherfucker, dude. Everything that happened, all this shit that they talk about me, that motherfucker got me right in my fucking.
Hey, you know what you should have told him?
Straight to the heart.
You should have told him, "Let me see your fucking Honda Civic,
Yeah,
dog.
that's
All right,
probably
get
what
the
he
fuck
had,
out of here.
you know?
Let me
I was
see your
like,
2001 Acura with your fucked
And
up
all my fellas were
hubcaps."
fucking laughing at me and shit. They're like, "Dick, really? You can listen to some fool you don't even know?"
So were you mad hitting the switches or what?
No, I didn't even know. I was just fucking driving fast and shit.
Fuck that fool, bro.
Yeah.
Don't worry
Yeah, but that's the one that got me. You know, like something so stupid like that. You know, like this dude don't know me, like from fucking nowhere. But other people are talking major shit about me, you know, in these comments. And it's like, that's the one that got me, bro.
Yeah.
And I think
so why?
Got you where it hurt.
Yeah.
got you where it hurts, and I think that's what.
Yeah, because I spent so much money on this motherfucker, you know?
Yeah, that's the baby.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Benavidez is doing, bro. I think he's just, every interview that he gets, bro, he's like has Canelo's name in his mouth.
Yeah.
There was a recent interview where they asked him, like, why do you think Canelo's ducking you? He's like, yes and no. I believe that the reason why he's asking for $200 million is because he knows that when he fights me, I'm going to retire him.
Oh,
Hey, wait, hold up. That's some gangster shit. But you're the only one that didn't answer too.
Man, I've said this, I think, with like the boxing circles. I've been in boxing for forever now.
Yeah.
And I said, if Canelo doesn't fight him soon and he waits too long to fight him, like next year or like 18 months from now, Father Time is undefeated, bro.
Oh yeah, you can't get rid of that motherfucker.
And
it knocks on your door.
I think Canelo beats him right now. Yep. You saw him against Munguia. I'm like, he made him look like an amateur.
He outclassed him.
And he outclassed him. Canelo is still at the top of his game, but you slow down.
Yeah.
And you have somebody like, Benavidez who hits hard, is fast, has conditioning.
Technical.
He's technical, man, and he's a big dude.
Yeah.
Like, he's a big dude. Like, he probably comes into the ring like 200 pounds.
Yeah. No.
He's a big guy.
Hey, no, because I'm with you. That's why I say I got Canelo, right? But that's not the answer to the question.
When are they fighting? When are they fighting?
No. The question is, do you think he's ducking him?
Do I think Nelo's ducking him?
Not when he should fight him, G.
Nah, I think Nelo can make his own rules at this point.
Of course.
He's done everything that he had to do.
But that's the power of all champs, right?
He's earned it, bro. Like, Mayweather did it. Like, De La Hoya fought everybody, right?
Yeah.
There's that beef that they have, right? Because De La Hoya says, like, bro, if I fought Canelo in my prime, I would dog walk him.
Yeah.
And that's,
come on,
bro. That's the come
but
on.
you never know.
G.
You never know. You know.
Yeah,
You never know because fucking their age difference is so.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
You know?
Like, I just think, like, if and this is my take, if Canelo and De La Hoya fought each other in their primes, right?
Yeah.
De La Hoya beats Canelo at 147, but Canelo beats De La Hoya at 154.
Damn, you got technical.
Okay, yeah. Nah. I fuck with you on that. I don't know though, bro. Like, okay. So to me, like when you've unified belts, for example, it stops becoming a conversation about like, let me become a champion, let me become a world champion, let me unify these belts. Like, at that point, what's the next goal? To me, that's why I love Chavez, dog, because it's not about. That's why I love Tyson. Like, bro, Tyson said it best. I don't give a fuck about that belt. I'm here to strip your health, bro.
Yeah.
Like, any fighter that's worried about a title, that's worried. Hey, we gonna let that slide.
You okay?
Don't laugh.
I thought this was screwed in.
We supposed to keep that one pushing. It was not, bro. That's loose as hell. Don't worry. It's heavy too. Yeah, you ain't gonna be. Yeah, you wrong, man. I was gonna let that go, bro.
I'm Pops, bro. I could do it.
I know, bro. When Pops last, bro, it's a green light. It's a green light, dog. Nah, but I just think like at that point, like fuck the belt, bro. Fuck the chat. You've done it all. Like ain't no ducking. We're here to fucking sit down and grind out everybody, right? Like who's the man? Who's coming up? Like, bet you're wrong. Yeah. Check. I'm still the man. I'm so much the man. These young bucks can't fuck with me.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's what I want to see out of a dude at that level.
I feel it, bro. I feel it, man.
You know, if not, you ducking in my mind.
Yeah.
Well,
all right.
Moving on to another topic, right?
Damn.
We can sit here talk. We can sit here
boxing all day.
Boxing all day, bro. But you know, with the segue, man, talking about another man that's running our country, right? You got Biden right now.
Yes, sir.
Byron.
Hunter Biden, his son,
sick ass fool,
the son of the president, right, has been found guilty on all 3 counts on this case regarding purchasing a firearm while using narcotics.
Man,
2 of the counts carry a maximum prison sentence of 10 years. But POTUS said that he would not pardon his son.
Hey, you know what's crazy?
You don't think he would?
He will. He will.
Yeah, come
on, but you know what's crazy, dog?
I'll pardon my son for everything, dog. He did it or not, I don't give a fuck. You getting out of jail, son.
Hey, don't even trip.
Don't even trip. I got you. But go take care of your case in California first, and then I'll pardon you because I can only do it once. You know?
You know what's crazy though? Hunter Biden is like a downer fool than a lot of fools. Big homies, dog.
Yeah.
You got cases in 3 states and shit, bro. Relax, dog.
Real G right there.
You got caught with a strap? Oh, okay. Yeah. Hunter sound like a real one right now. Certified stepper.
Well, they got him for lying on his application to get a gun.
Yeah.
Like really? Like come on, how many people's lied on that shit?
Your dad is president, G. Like that's crazy.
Bro. What state did he get convicted in? Do you know?
Nah, I think here in California, he has a case here in California.
It's got to be.
Well, he hasn't done the one in California yet because that's his next case. Fucking gangster, huh?
Well, he don't care, dog. He's out here stacking them up, racking up cases, dog.
It just, like I said, I don't believe Biden. I don't believe that he's not going to pardon his son, bro. I really don't. I think he's really just kind of saying it just to save face, right?
Well, because he's going up for elections again.
Yeah,
he can't just say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna pardon my son. I don't care." You know, like you can't say that. You can do it on your way out.
Yeah,
you know, because no one gives a fuck at that point.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
You saw Trompas, right? Get hit with like 34, 36.
Yeah, for some bullshit
felonies, right?
Yeah.
So.
Double OG, triple OG right there.
Triple OG.
His socks are up to his kneecaps, dog. Fuck. Fool. He don't even want no slip.
He don't even need them, huh?
He don't even need them.
Oh, fuck.
It's a onesie.
But like, but we were having this conversation with Gil on the last podcast. Do you guys believe that presidents should be able to either pardon them? They can't pardon themselves, but pardon their immediate family.
So can they really not pardon? They can't pardon themselves.
They can't pardon themselves.
They can't. So if Trump gets busted and he gets these he already got these felonies. And say he goes to jail and he becomes president, he cannot pardon himself.
That'd be crazy because then at that point, any president could literally become a tyrannical government, right? Like you can commit any crime that you wanted because you're just pardoning yourself as you commit the crime.
Yeah, but I don't think that if you become president or you are president for something as stupid as that, like they should have limits. Because like right now the Democrats went after the fucking Republican, right? What do you think's gonna happen next? They're gonna go right back and hit another Democrat. You know what I mean? It's gangbanging at its finest. You know, that's pretty much what it is. You know, it's like my neighborhood against your neighborhood. You know, but in their world, it's my country against your country. But they're gangbanging at a bigger level
except for dude, at least at a point with gangs, like it gets settled at a point where you realize who got the big guns, who got the real shooters. Like, we ice it out for the most part.
And you do talk to your enemies. I don't care what anybody says.
Politic.
You know, just like they talk to their enemies.
But ain't no politicking right now. Like I feel like before, that's why we call it politics, even in the street, right? Like before, I feel like there was a little more back end deals, right? Like we were kind of sliding, we were meeting behind Republicans and Democrats. We were kind of playing wrestling, right? When we go up here. But nowadays, nah, dude. I feel like since Trump, literally, like it's like a literal behind the scenes battle going on, right?
No, yeah.
Like, dude, you even saw it with Trump, and was it was the FBI that he had a whole fucking thing, right?
100%.
Yeah, dude, and like, I don't know. To your point, though, yeah, I don't think you should be able to do that. I definitely think that every part of our government, that's the point of our government, and why it became so great, is that there's a check and balance in every single level, and there's like our government is like. It's like fractionalized, right? Like there's different spaces, and each space has its own check and balance system that helps it move up and down the fucking ladder, right?
Yeah.
And I think that you got to go back to the old adage of power corrupts, like we've said, right? And absolute power corrupts absolutely, right? I shouldn't be able to, or at least there should be some sort of check and balance where maybe Supreme Court can kind of veto what I present, right? Like if I'm presenting to pardon my own family, maybe there's an option there for our government to sit down.
Well, you could pardon your family, because I think the Clintons did it.
They did it, but,
right?
But that's the whole point. Should they be able to or not, right? I don't think they should be able to, because then your son could sit here and crash and kill somebody. You know what I mean? And you're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
He's straight.
Yeah, because I would do that.
Damn, bro. Hey,
on my way out.
Hey, if your son did it, fool, he's getting locked up because he's just a person. Sorry, he's just a citizen, G. But I'm Prezi.
Yeah,
you know?
well, I think that's the benefits that a president has.
Probably shouldn't be, because you're not even supposed to get paid.
A lot of these things that like they're doing is like they're saying like they're like disabled. Like a lot of these, they're saying these kids are disabled.
His son ain't disabled. He a crackhead.
But that's what they're saying, though. Like, that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, like if my dad was a president and I did kill somebody, my dad's gonna go sit out there and say, "Oh, he's disabled."
Your dad ain't gonna be like, "My son's retarded."
I mean,
don't do your pops like that, G.
Well, sometimes, you know, like, you done some shit,
hey, son, if it get you out, let me live. You know, let me get a little something. Let me get. You see my ball? Let me get one, G. Like, come on, dog. Help me out. I'm trying to get you out.
Yeah, right.
But it's crazy, bro, because like the world is watching this fucking novela, right? While we have Russia right next to Florida.
Yeah.
Right? Really, you know, whatever they're sending into Cuba, right? I'm like, bro, like we're on the verge of having a second Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah.
Because whatever they're establishing in Cuba. Like you just had Russian warships pass right by Florida, right by the Keys.
Yeah.
So like,
you know, that's just a fucking position of power, a show of power.
Well,
yeah.
Russia just named us an enemy for the first time in their history. So wow, we're over here focusing on this novela with Trump and with
other
Biden.
countries are
Other countries are bro. They're moving right in our backyard. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah. Well, fuck, we're idiots.
Wow.
Bro, honestly, because we're sitting here worried about fucking, let's put this guy in jail, let's put this guy in jail. Yeah. You know, when you got other countries that are worried about real shit. Yeah. You know, like fucking, you know, because international water is only 7 miles off for shore.
Yeah,
so that's why they can get. That's not far at all.
They
7
think
miles
so.
is not,
that's what I'm saying. People
know?
think it's so far.
Yeah,
it's not an ocean apart, dog.
No. They can go right up to that line.
Yeah.
You know, and fuck, any missile is further than 7 miles.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, I think it's just a show of force, bro. And I think that what people don't realize is that if you go back in history, people didn't know they were already in World War II when they were in World War II, right? Yeah. Even World War I, bro, like news didn't travel fast back then at all. People just woke up one day and realized, like, oh shit, right? It wasn't really until the army pulled up in your city, in your town, and people didn't really get it, man. Like, but by the time you got it as an everyday citizen, dog, the war been going on, bro. Yeah, like where you at?
Months later, you get.
I don't think it's just that we're idiots. I think that we're misinformed and we're ideologues, and we've been conditioned to be ideologues. We've been conditioned to kind of be underneath the fog, so to speak, right? Like they did a really good job when it comes to other nations. Like, to your point, man, I feel like if you're paying attention, bro, Putin just went to France and let them know, like, hey, homie, look at what happened last time. I'll pull up and back you up way before anybody else will. Like, they're aligning themselves. They're positioning themselves for what? You know, like, what's going on? China has been doing a show of force for the past year or two, dog. They're just dropping
that's because we got a
missiles.
weak president, man.
Exactly.
You know, because when Trump was doing it, fuck, that motherfucker, we killed the general to fucking Iran.
Yep.
Like, come on.
And we
bro.
shut the
that fool should have died.
Yeah.
Like, he killed so many Americans in his year. Yeah. And Trump told him, hey, you leave your country, I'm going to kill you. And he did.
He did. On site. On site, G.
Fuck. And he was telling people, I got my buttons bigger than yours.
And you didn't hear
you know?
nothing about terrorism.
Yeah, you
for
never
4
heard
years.
nothing. Yeah, exactly. But now that this guy comes in, fuck, you got everybody everybody crossing the border. You got people trying to get in. You got dude, like everybody's just on us.
These wars,
and this guy's not doing nothing.
These wars don't take 4 years to build up, right? China's been waging a war for probably over a decade on us at this point. Economic war, information war, right?
Oh yeah, but we gave it to them.
Well,
the economic war, we gave it to them.
Right, TikTok was just like, hey, let's show how much we got. Just slide this bullshit up on them, right? At the point, to your point, at the point where apps are fucking a show of how bad we're tiding with these fools, it says something. You know,
to your point, right? You keep hearing individuals from the intelligence community talking about that we're actually in war right now as we speak, right? Where the World War III isn't going to be the war that you expect, right? It's not going to be people dropping bombs or shooting guns.
Like a digital war.
It's exactly.
Don't get me back on nukes, dog.
Misinformation, right? You know, economic warfare. You know, commandeering resources. And I think this is just you know, Russia being so close to our borders. It's a show of force because of what we're doing in the Ukraine, right? We're already in war with Russia.
Yeah, because we're funding them.
We're funding them.
Same thing with Israel.
All day.
We're funding this.
Same thing in Israel. We're funding them.
We're funding this proxy war. So they're like, look, we're here. And we want you to know that we're here, right? So we're applying pressure. So we're moving right on your block just so you guys know, like, hey, we're right here.
We're right here. Yeah, we could touch you. You know, but it was funny, man, is even to that point, dog, like look at going back again to World War II. What was one of the first things that happened in World War II? First of all, propaganda, right? What brought the Germans actually to outwardly and publicly announce a actual war was the burning of the Reichstag, right? Which we found out later were Germans themselves, which they blamed on the Jews. So propaganda or misinformation is typically the first. Yeah, false flag. Exactly,
false
right?
Flag attack?
That's literally a false flag. I mean, you can go to like Pearl Harbor, bro, 9/11, like we can go down the list, bro. War is the most fucking economic thing you can have, bro. And we're a war nation, first of all. Like America is a nation of war. That's how we make our bread. And when shit starts to hit the fan, man, we find someone. You know what I mean? And we go to war. I think the other thing is also to realize that America played World War II pretty middle for a very long time. We were like the last ones to even get pulled into the war, right? So it wasn't really until I forget whether it was Rothschild or Rockefeller basically created the Balfour Declaration, right? And then that's what brought America into the war. Because if you go back and think about it, Hugo Boss is the company that outfitted the SS. Right, we still have Hugo Boss fucking go look at their clothes. It's the same shit even to this day. It's the same shit, right? Hitler was New York Times, or he was Time of the Year, Man of the Year, right? New York Times. Prescott Bush was his banker, right? I think was it First Union Bank? It became First Bank or Union Bank, whichever one of the two. So like we were fucking with them pretty heavy in the middle of the war, right? At a point we turned. So America doesn't mind. It's no wonder to me why the American citizens didn't really know what was going on, because misinformation was key. I think that you'll be surprised. Look what happened in Vietnam. We turned really hard when we knew what was popping, right? We're not like that. But I think that I wouldn't be surprised if we have a very different position in a year or 2 or 3 in the middle of the war.
Do you think if Trumpas wins the presidency, which a lot of people believe he's going to win.
I think they gave it to him with all these indictments. Yeah. I think they just handed it to him.
You think things change with Russia? You know,
because he got along with. Yes. I mean, he actually went out and talked to him and met with them. And sometimes, like, you know, if you think of neighborhoods will go and talk to other neighborhoods and be like, all right, calm shit down. Fool. You know, like you may not like the fool, but you're gonna respect him. You know, because of his gangsterism. You know,
because if I got shooters and you got shooters, it's gonna be bodies between us both. If you ain't got it like that, fool, stop, G, because I'm gonna keep coming.
Exactly, and that's what's happening with Trump and Putin. You know, I think they both know their gangsterism, and they both know that they're both show up to the line.
And to be honest, these men, like these, you're talking about true men. Their shit hasn't died in Russia. They're still fucking men in Russia, bro.
Oh yeah.
In America, we got to figure it out.
Oh yeah, right? They're sending their kids out there to use a gun.
I'm gonna send my son out there just to man the fuck up.
We're over here in our fucking,
you know what I mean?
Go fight bears and shit.
Yeah, go figure it out.
But in our elementary schools, they're trying to figure out if you're a boy or a girl.
We're trying to figure it out, G. It's retarded.
They're teaching my kid.
Bro, look, in America, we're asking dumbass questions like, what is a man? What is a woman? To prove a point. How stupid is it that I even have to lower myself to that level of conversation for somebody who's already here? I don't know. We know what it is. Russia don't got that problem. So a man like that respects another man like that.
Yeah.
Because you're not fucking around. And the one thing I don't want is to fuck my own people up.
Yeah.
If you're weak, no problem. No problem. Let's run through. It's our moment. The door's open. Let's go now. Right. Yeah. That's almost the problem. As much as it's the solution, it's almost the problem with the 4-year presidency. Right. It's just like, fuck, bro. Well, then now you're telling China like 4 years, but then you can't. Obviously, you don't want to expand that because that's the whole concept America's built on. But if Trump only has 4 years, man, for a war, for a takeover a nation, bro, that's like waiting a week.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I mean? Bro, China plays long game, dog. 4 years ain't shit.
Oh, of course not.
Facts.
4 years is the time I'm going to invest in TikTok, bro. You know what I mean? I've been spending 4D years on your politics. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But talking about identity, right? I wanted to bring up this topic because
cisgendered male, sir.
I wanted to bring up this topic, right? Because Texas education leaders want to start teaching elementary school students about God and Christianity by utilizing biblical references in their textbooks. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I'm a religious guy anyway, so yeah, like I think to a point, not fully have Bible study in a public school, because if you want your kid to have a Bible study, then send them to Catholic school or those type of schools, but maybe a little bit, I mean, if there's other groups, putting their ideology in the school, then why can't the Christians or the Catholics do it? I think they took out the flag because it said, like I remember when I was in school, you used to give presidents the flag.
Yeah.
Now the schools don't even do that. No. Yeah. The schools don't even do it.
Took
it
off your money too.
First they took out "In God We Trust" or "One Nation Under God." Yeah. And now they don't even do it no more.
Yeah. Well, so I think that's the important question to ask before you ask that question is, are we a Christian nation or a secular nation? Right. And I think that's what we have to answer before we can even move forward in that. Because if we're going to move forward and say that we're going to stick to our roots as a Christian nation, then we need to put God back in all of that. Yeah. And then we need to kind of clean the swamp, so to say. Right. And look at all of our politics, look at a lot of different concepts we have going out there. And remember that if that's what we're saying, then we're a Christian nation. Right.
Well, yeah, because look at our money. It says "In God We Trust." It's still there.
Right. But the other thing is, we don't really I feel like we've kind of moved out of that. And I feel like we are a secular nation.
But playing identity politics, right? Because that's an identity. Me identifying as a Christian Catholic.
So secular, though.
100%, right? Yeah. But we're talking about, when we were talking about offline, right, was, pushing this, narrative onto children, right? Whatever narrative that may be. Yeah. We talked about the LGBTQ narrative. We talked about the Christian narrative, right? So if one exists, if you can teach one, then the other one has to exist. Yes. Right? So, because if you're allowing, individuals to teach like identity narrative, right, of like who are you and how to discover yourself, which cool. Like, look, like if that's what you guys want to teach your children, that's on you. Yeah. But then these individuals should have the right to teach their kids X, Y, and Z when it comes to Christianity.
100%.
Yeah. But in elementary school, I think the kids should just be kids and they shouldn't have to worry about all that bullshit. 100%. Whether it's Christianity, LGBTQ, or whatever the hell it is, I think just give them the history like they did with us, whether it's American history or Chicano history or whatever it is, in that neighborhood. And then let the kids go out and fucking play.
Yeah, I feel that. Hey, hold on though. Just quick segue. Who's Aiden? 707 said Aiden versus Philosopher battle it out.
Aiden over there really kind of said that president is able to pardon himself. So I guess that did.
Well, that's what we were saying. Actually, that's that is what we were saying. That there's no law saying you couldn't. We were debating that we should.
If it's moral.
Yeah. And then I think that was our position. We might have misspoke.
Who cares if it's moral? I mean, we don't have a court of morals. We got a court of law.
No, we have morals and ethics. That's an entire principle in America's morals and ethics, right? You look at the BBB and just enacting business, you have morals and ethics that you have to abide by, right? Because that is part of our ability to stop tyrannical governments and shit like that. Is that we do believe in morals and ethics.
Yeah, but my morals can change on a daily.
But that goes back to what we were saying before, and that's why we're a Christian nation when we were founded, right? Our morals and ethics were kind of built upon a Christian standard and principle to begin with.
And now it's changed.
Exactly, right? So I guess to answer that question, that I think we are a secular nation, and that's the point of dividing America up into 50 states, is that these states have the ability to sit down and do that. I think overall, though, that there are certain principles and ideals that we're supposed to pay homage and respect to as Americans, and that's what makes us Americans. reasons. And I think that America is a nation founded on the ability to kind of express yourself and find yourself and be yourself and not be underneath somebody's boot, right?
Yeah.
Exactly, right? Yeah. So that means that, hey, if I'm not Christian, I'm allowed to not be Christian here, right? And America shouldn't be a nation that, even if we choose to be a Christian
freedom
nation.
of religion.
Yeah, 100%. It's part of our Constitution, right? As a Christian nation, there is room to be everything else, right? I think that when we moved away from that, I'm not Christian at all, right? I'm agnostic, if anything. I think a good example is the way I raise my children, right? My daughter, her mom, for example, is really into Christianity and really pushes it on my kid. We never had a convo about it, right? So to me, the one thing I know is that I don't speak to my kids about God. I believe this old adage, it's the lips of wisdom are closed, but unto the ears of understanding, right? So unless my kid comes up to me and she asks me questions about God, I'm not going to force my opinion on her. I'm not going to influence it, right? If God is real, it's natural. It'll come to you, right? The world will tell you anyways if God don't find himself to you or itself to you either way. So I think that when that question comes, now we speak on it. Right. Same thing as sex. I'm not going to talk about sex to my kid, but I'm going to let her know, hey, don't let people touch these areas, right? Certain things that I'm going to build around it that, yes, are going to stimulate weird questions eventually. Yeah. But when that conversation about sex comes out, it should show itself. I shouldn't force it. I shouldn't push it. You know, I should allow a kid to not consider that for as long as that kid cannot consider that. Right. And let it play. Let it play out. Right. Let it play out. When it figures it out, be a good parent. Right. A teacher, unless the government's trying to seriously sit down and own my kids, which it does seem like they're trying to, the property of the state, right? And you can get into like etymology and words and why we're called like children, right? Like these terms are ironically say enough of themselves. But I don't think you have any right to say when my kid will learn of God, when my kid will learn of sex, gender. You know what I mean? I think that's up to me.
I completely agree, man. I think that those decisions should be left to the parents. Yeah. I think like
sex education out the window.
No,
because I remember when I had sex education, they taught me how to put a condom on a banana. Yeah, you know, I was in Central Juvenile Hall, and they gave me a banana and they gave me a condom.
You know,
and they were like, "This is how you put it on." I was just like, "Okay."
I don't think sex education is the problem. I think overall education is what should be tackled. I don't think you need to. I think you need to go to morals and ethics. I think you need to go to building a standard upon how you're raising these kids in your house and in the public environment, right? To where that you don't have to focus on sex and teaching them all these different concepts. I think that if you create an environment and a culture and a society where these kids are pushed into a better space, like we were talking about with China, look at what the kids are doing there. Look at their TikTok. Look at what their government's doing with education, right? If we change our perspective and how we, in school, you're taught what to think, not how to think. Yeah. If we change that, I'm pretty sure that there will be no need for that class overall.
Yeah. This brought up. I think I'm gonna say my stepson. He was in school and he came home with condoms. No big deal. Well, where'd you get it from? Oh, school. But then there was a few weeks later, he came home with those little Bibles, and the school emailed everybody saying that there's somebody out there giving out Bibles, but yet they'll let somebody give you the kid condoms but not Bibles. It's crazy. Like I don't understand. Like. Yeah. You didn't say nothing about the condoms a couple weeks ago, but now you're saying something about the Bibles. Like you had to notify the parents.
If my kid don't want the condom, he throws it away. If my kid don't need the Bible, he throws it away.
Yeah, but mine is like they cared more about the Bible than they did the condom.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Like I didn't get it. This is junior high.
Damn.
My son gonna toss the Bible and keep the condom.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what's gonna
happen. Toss them both, G. He gonna toss them both. God damn.
Probably. Damn. All bad. G. All bad. And, talking about morality, bro. I think it is something that you brought up, and since you guys are natives here to Burbank and the NoHo area. Shout out to Big Gil. That's obviously he couldn't make it today, but I know you got to get do the commercial. But shout out to Big Gil, but. Posted on his channel. I don't know if you guys saw that. Burbank PD is accused of dumping homeless men in NoHo.
Let me tell you something about Burbank, man. I grew up in Burbank. Them motherfucking cops are ruthless, bro. Yeah. I don't care what anybody says, man. I mean, the only time Burbank PD ever gave me a fucking ride was they took me to fucking Crazy Alley. That's Clanton, which we didn't get along with the name. They dumped me in that alley and they fucking let me walk home. Dog, that's the only time Burbank fucking PD ever gave me a ride. They're not going to give you no fucking... I don't want to say unhoused, person a ride home. No, they fucking didn't want him in their city. They said, get the fuck out. They said, we'll give you a ride, and they dumped him off somewhere.
It almost looked like pepper sprayed that fool,
They
dog.
probably did, because he fell on the floor. Like, poor kid, like... Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that they didn't. That they did, you know. But nah, Burbank's dirty, homie. I don't get. They came out saying that we were gonna give him a ride somewhere else, and then he said he wanted to go here. Bullshit, bro.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Bullshit. When you deal with fucking Burbank
I never
PD,
got a taxi like that,
man, you better fucking put your hands on the steering wheel and be like,
nah,
yes,
out the
sir,
window,
no,
bro.
sir.
Out the window,
homie.
We had,
that's why there's no bums in Burbank, because they kick them out.
Oh, that's why they're over here in downtown and fucking Ventura.
Yeah, but that's what LA's having the big problem with, is that every city that has their own PD is bringing them to fucking LA.
We should just tag their blankets, bro. That way we can see where they started and where
they end up at, you know. But yeah, because other cities are bringing them to LA.
Bro, this been an issue like in all PDs that I've heard throughout California, because where I'm from in Santana, like we had, you know, all the exterior cities, right?
Yeah.
The cities that look like Burbank, right? The more affluent cities.
The ones that got money.
Bring all their unhoused to Santana.
Yeah.
And just, bro, like for a decade plus, like we had been reporting this, like bringing people from all over the place, right? I know the central jails in Santana, but like and I heard it myself, where you would have these PDs ask, do you want to go to jail or you want to go to Santana?
Yeah.
Santana, let's
straight
go.
up, dog.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I was trying to get there too. I just couldn't get the chance for a bus.
Bro. So they would drop them off, man. And you know, Santana had to sue all the cities individually, right? When it comes to like, yo, your individual PDs are dropping your unhoused.
Yeah, in my city.
In my city, right? Like jamming up all of our services. Obviously, you know, there's you know, a lot of issues that come with it, right? But like, it's a trip that, you know, in these affluent areas, like these individuals don't want to see these people, right? And even though they might have caused the issue, or they're, you know, individuals that live in those communities, they want to put them in communities that look like ours.
Yeah.
And it's like,
of course, bro.
At what point in time do we say, yo, man, enough is enough? Like,
these cities got to stand up. North Hollywood has to stand up to fucking Burbank. And I say, hey, man, don't be bringing your fucking people over here.
I think that's what's happening, though, right?
You know, why don't you dump them off in your own city and let them figure out where to go?
100%.
Well, you don't got to dump them when they're from there.
Hey,
let them stay. Hey, let your city become mine, right?
Yeah, right.
I think that's why it's not such a trip or so crazy or far-fetched to think, because like, of course, these affluent fucking communities are the ones that are gonna do it. We're not gonna do it in the hood. If I got too many problems to go along, this motherfucker, I got like 4 of these fools that live on my block anyways, right? And 2 of them live in a house, right? So I got some crazy ass motherfuckers that are right here. Gee, that ain't nothing, right? But of course, these affluent neighborhoods are going to do it. They're trying to keep their streets clean by dirting somebody else's, right?
Of course.
That should be like people littering, fool. Like, get out of here,
right?
G. You know what I mean?
$1,000 fine.
Bro, like, come on, bro. How many more can you pack in downtown LA? Just give them the fucking apartments and keep it pushing. You know what I mean? But
nobody wants them next to their house.
Yeah.
I mean, the Sears Tower, they're trying to put that into a homeless encampment. The owner that owns that Sears Tower right here in Boyle Heights, but all the people around there are fighting it.
Yeah, of course.
You know, because they don't want them there either.
Yeah, because bro, housing isn't the issue, bro. Tackling the issue that creates the issue. You don't, all right, like it's like you have a relationship, right?
Yeah.
And your girl's sitting here saying some slick shit, right? She calls you a bitch, or she calls you stupid. You're not a man, right?
Yeah.
And then you get mad and you're like, what the fuck? Don't call me that. And she's like, what the fuck you mean? And then you start getting rowdy, and then you respond to her negativity, and she's like, oh, you can't talk to me that way, right?
Yeah.
You can't look at the issue and my fault. You can't look at the issue and then get mad at the reaction, right?
Yeah.
You got to realize that the reaction that happened that you may not like is stemmed from something that you did. Right, like, but what we keep doing is we keep like, all right, where are we gonna put these homeless people? What are we gonna do with this? Like, bro, how about you fix the homeless problem?
But how do you fix the drug problem, bro?
Well, first of all,
it's a drug problem.
You know what you do?
Crack.
You stop financing drugs coming across our borders. You stop making all of your money.
We're the biggest consumer of drugs in the world.
But that doesn't just.
I mean,
but that's the
federal
problem,
government has to deal with that.
But
the federal government has to sit there and say, okay, let's stop
the federal government doesn't. The people
they don't.
do.
Well,
the people have to.
We're the biggest consumer of drugs. If the U.S. wasn't the biggest consumer of drugs, Mexico wouldn't bring them.
Exactly. It goes back. Hold on one segue real quick, because Gil gonna fucking get on me right now, right? If you over here as nervous as I am because I ain't done my fucking shit every 15 minutes up in here, right? Go chill out and get you some Hadar. Get that Snickle Fritz out the way. Smoke you some gas. You see me sweating. You see me nervous, right? I'm about to roll one up. Hadar Extracts 1 on Instagram. Come tap in with me if anything. The.food.losifer on Instagram, right? Don't be so nervous. You see me. But
there it is.
Right,
There it is.
Dude, I got you another 15. I'm watching the timer. All right. But to be honest, I think it goes back to education, bro. Like, it stopped putting Band-Aids on the fourth stab wound in the same spot.
Yeah.
I can't fix that. No shit that it's like, how do you fix this problem? Because you've cut it so deep and so wide.
But the last time that we were on this podcast, bro, we talked about putting our tinfoil hat on, right? And I gotta agree with Boo Boo on this topic.
Damn, G, it's the F and F, dog. What the fuck?
I gotta agree with Boo Boo because to his point, right? We are the biggest consumers of drugs, right?
Okay.
In the world. There's an insatiable request for drugs here of all kinds. And, you know, there is a lot of documents that are now unclassified that points the finger directly at the CIA, that points the finger directly at some of these alphabet boys that are
because they're financing drug trades.
They're funding their proxy wars through this drug trade.
Which was my initial point.
What can you do about it?
Well, you stop doing that. That was my initial point, is that stop financing these things and making your money off of pushing drugs, off of Operation Need for Speed, where we're pushing guns with these countries. Stop buying your drugs through Mexico. Educate your people. It's not the CIA's fault. It's the American public's fault for allowing these things to go unnoticed for so long. It's our fault. That's the point of America, is that we have the ability to stand up to this shit. That's the point. I can't do that in Russia. If Russia says you're all on fucking pills, homie, you're all on fucking pills, G. If they say that in China, that's what it is in China. Yeah. In America, I have the ability to protest my government, right? If that's a problem to me, I'm going to protest that. We did it with vaccinations, right? Plenty of people are caught, so much so that you have non-vaxxers.
Yeah.
For simply saying, I just don't want to put foreign chemicals in my natural body because I don't trust it and know it.
The good thing was these gangsters that don't do the vaccine and they're fucking slamming heroin. Like, come on, dog. So many fucking gangsters like, I ain't doing that shit. I don't know what's in there, motherfucker. You don't know what's in that needle. You're putting it in your vein.
He does, homie. That's straight tar, G. That's straight black, homie. That's straight gotta go. Yeah, fool. I'm gonna go to sleep, dog.
Or these fucking
that's a sick
little blue pills that people were taking. Fentanyl. Yeah. You don't know what the fuck's in them, but they don't want to take the fucking
death, homie.
Like, come on, bro. That didn't make no sense.
Well, that was a sick ass fool right there, bro. He might be your poster child of that movement, right? But nah, bro. I think that the way you address that is exactly that. You stop financing these black operations that we're not allowed to look at, that our tax money's going to, but we're not allowed to question or know, right? We stop financing these proxy wars. We stop going and destabilizing nations to snatch up their opium, right? And that's easier said than done.
Yeah, nobody wants to do it because it brings us so much money.
Well, to be honest, what happens is not just that it brings us so much money, is that our economy will fall in that moment, right? Because our economy does not hold any intrinsic value. The only thing we can do is pump more fake money in until it naturally kills itself off itself, or go into these proxy wars, right? Where we can start doing this type of shit. But I think that if the question is how do you deal with it, is you stop those things and you deal with the problem after that, right?
And
if not, before you segue, if the problem is that we're financing all of this shit through our proxy wars, what do you think the solution is? Well, not the result, but the solution to the problem.
Man, the solution to your point is getting money out of politics.
Okay.
Because
would do what? What would the result be?
Because a lot of these alphabet groups and these private groups that are able to acquire funds through all of these illicit acts are able to put these said funds back into the campaigns of the politicians who are supposed to be protecting us, right? The individuals that we're electing to represent us, right, are able to fund them through super PACs, through all of this other money, right? You know, all these back end deals. So getting the money out of politics, I think, would hyper focus on these individuals trying to find solutions.
Okay, but if you get the money out the deep state and these and that food chewy is a sick ass. We say we just need better quality pills. Hey, Chewy, you're a savage, G. Yeah. Nah, and I agree with you, right? But what would the result of that be? So if you pull money out these back end deals or these deep state deals or these black operations, what would happen?
I think we go into civil war.
Okay, yeah, I think we go but not the result. But that would stop all these drugs coming to our border. Okay, and the result may be worse than what it is right now.
I think it's inevitable.
Of course.
I think we're going to have we have to have a revolution, right?
When your economy collapses, you're over.
We're such a young democracy. Like, you look at democracies like France, right? That's had like multiple revolutions.
Well, we're a republic, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah,
we're a democratic republic, but we're a republic.
Yeah.
With democratic viability on it, but we're a republic, I believe. That's why, and the republic, democracy or democrat in general is like, it's not even in our only republic is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we have democratic values. That's the only reason why we work.
So, with that being said, like getting the money out of politics is a start, right?
Yeah.
Because it's something that,
100%.
To your point, that we have to get out, right? Which takes us into our next topic, right? U.S. lawmakers attempt to bump their pay after 15 years of frozen salaries. U.S. lawmakers haven't had a pay raise in 15 years, and representatives on both sides want to do something about it.
Fuck, they're gonna vote for it and get it.
Like,
that's what's gonna happen, and they're gonna have us vote for it, and they're gonna say, "Oh, it's only 0.5%."
Well, you're not
going to
vote for it. You know what you're gonna vote for? You're gonna vote for some slick shit like abortion rights, and that was slid in underneath it. Yeah.
But how do you stop insider trading and taking money from lobbyists because they're making their money
Pelosi
somewhere,
out of there,
bro?
Get her out of there.
Look at people like Nancy Pelosi, bro, and look at all the presidents that have come, right? Like they're way more wealthy after they leave the presidency than ever when they were presidents or prior to, right? So there's so much money that's being floated into politics, right? That it's hard. Like if I'm coming to you, Boo Boo, and I'm like, hey, bro, I'm going to give you $50 million. And I'm going to fund your campaign. Yeah. And I'm going to call you one day and be like, hey, man, there's this bill.
Yeah, I need it passed.
Yeah, but he's saying it with a Russian accent.
Fuck it, I'm going to line my pockets, homie.
Straight up.
100%.
Yeah, who wouldn't do it?
But I guess
politics. They're not supposed to do it.
Yeah, they're not supposed to, but
they will.
But playing devil's advocate, right? Like I was super surprised, like on the local level, like how much these politicians and like these city council members make. It's like first of all, it's a part-time position, right? They make pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
So I understand like this isn't something that you can do full time. You're supposed to have a full-time job and come and try to govern the city, right? Yeah. Hundreds of thousands of people. So
employees.
So making decisions that are going to affect the entire community, maybe you should be paid a livable wage and maybe you should be paid to do this full time. Right. But you have these politicians and this is just for Congress. You have these politicians in Washington, D.C. that don't work all year, right? Because they do have furloughs, they do have vacation, right? They do take time off.
Yeah.
They're being paid, 6 figures to say the least, right? It's for me, it's a travesty that it's like, okay, you're speaking about pay raises, which I completely agree. If you're doing a great job or you're doing a job, right? Like it should be performance based first and foremost, 100%. Right? Your constituents should decide if you get a pay raise or not, right? Yeah. But
that would be tricky though.
But second of all, right, getting the money out of politics from like private interests, from like lobbyists and insider trading, because there's a website, bro, that you can see all of like Nancy Pelosi's trades, and she's doing phenomenal, bro. If you folled her trading,
you'd be alright.
You'd be like really good,
you'd be
right now, bro.
You need some pockets, but you'd be alright. No, to your point, man, I think that's actually an interesting point, like having it based upon performance. But I think that can be so subjective when you allow. I think when you have two different parties that can interfere, it becomes weird, right? I think that first of all, it goes back to like morals and ethics, right? Like these are positions that we're supposed to take not because there's any type of financial gain. And I think that's why they made it so that you're not making all this bread off of it. You're supposed to do it for just pure philanthropy, basically. Like I love my nation, I love what's going on. It's not about money. I don't even care the check that comes with it, right? Like I mean, shoot, you fight, bro. I'm pretty sure you've coached too. I've opened up a jiu-jitsu school, dog, and I didn't get paid a penny from it. The only thing I asked, it was within this athletic gym that was based on like athletes, right? I did a Muay Thai thing. I fought with one of the Muay Thai guys in a little sparring fight. Head coach was like, hey, you want to open it up? I said, no. I had a homeboy going through some mental illness shit. So I said, you know what? I'll come do it under 2 conditions. 1, you pay for my membership. You pay for my boys' membership. 3, sorry. I have keys to use it whenever I want when nobody else is using it. And 3, I get to choose my ook, which is my personal assistant, right? Yeah. It wasn't about a check at all. And I gave every single class the same effort I would give a private because I love the game and I love to teach and I love to give and each one teach one, right? Like you throw it out there with love and it's solid. I think that's the position you're supposed to have in politics, that this is my nation overall. I got to do this from the heart, not from the wallet. You know what I mean? Like the check can't be an influence in it. And to be real, look, bro, it goes back to like Think and Grow Rich. I'm gonna work for free right now because on the back end, if I do a good job here, who the fuck ain't gonna hire me? Who's not gonna do an interview with me? How can I not make my book either way?
Yeah,
bro, like come on, dog. I'm big dog, fool. Like I'm gonna do such a good job. I want my face on Mount Rushmore right here. Yeah. Trust me, you'll pay me. You know what I mean? But if that ain't like, I can't do it because of check. Because money corrupts too. Money's the root of all evil, just like power is, dog. And like we see what happens. They start funneling bread in. They start taking. I think you shouldn't lobby for shit. That's terrible. Why should I be able to find to motivate you? Right? There should be no motivation other than from observing the entire public and seeing what's good for the whole. That should be the sole motivation for any decision that's made from a president. And let's not pretend like the president actually does shit. He's a talking face. His cabinet does everything. Yeah. They put him in place. That's why a guy like Trump fucking mattered, right? Because it was like, nah, fuck that, bro. I'm gonna be wild. It was funny and crazy, right? It was funny and crazy in such a show because it was so different. It was so abstract. It was so out of the formula.
Yeah, that's what we wanted.
Exactly.
Because
shake it up a little.
Was the black president?
Obama.
Obama didn't say shit, bro.
I ain't never heard somebody forget Obama's name.
Yeah. Shit. I mean, he didn't tell nobody shit.
Nah.
You know? Like he kept everything a secret. And then when Trump came in, it was just
he
like,
just spoke well, dog.
Yeah. He did speak well.
Yeah, he finessed us like a pimp.
He had us looking over there.
Yeah, oh baby.
There, you know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah, exactly, man.
I was like, damn. I was like you seen the meme of the little girl? She's like doing the Tootsie Roll on her knees and the house is burning behind her. Yeah. She's all smiling and shit.
Yeah, that dude deported so many of us.
More than anyone.
More than any president ever. He deported more of us. And that's not shown, but yet Trump does fucking says something and fuck, we all hate him.
That motherfucker meant it when he said change, dog.
More drone strikes than any other president.
Straight up.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't he drone some dude and his son?
Oh, yeah.
Like, come on, dog. Yeah, nah, bro. Yeah. I think to your point, we got to strip some of that shit out, man. And it's interesting what you say because I've never thought about it. And when you said it, I'm kind of on the fence where I'm like, you know what? It kind of does make sense. Like they should get paid more. When these politicians come in, right? And maybe a solution is whatever, because if I'm a president, I have to relinquish my businesses. Yeah. Right. So maybe, and I don't know if it's the same on the local area, but I'm pretty sure you have to relinquish your job, your position. Right. Well, why don't you make it so that you're financing these guys with an adequate amount of money from what they would have meant, so they don't have to pull from their lifestyle? You make them a little bit of bread on top of it, or you just duplicate what they had, right? If not even bread on top of it. All I want is your lifestyle not to change. And if you're doing a good job, you should be paid more. So I would assume you get paid a bit more. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't think there should be a set rate like that, but I could be wrong. I'm like, I like where you're going with it.
I think performance based, like everything else that we do, like, if people out there who have jobs, right? Like if you do good at work, right? Like you're hoping for a wage increase, you're hoping for a bonus, you're 100%. Hoping for a promotion. Yeah. Like why shouldn't it be the same for our politicians? Like if you do
it should be. If you do a good job,
you get paid more.
And shouldn't we want that too?
We're a capitalist country. We should want that.
We're talking about pay. What about fast food workers? They're getting paid $20 an hour right now, bro.
Pay them, motherfucker. I'm so tired of them fucking my shit up, dog. Every time. Fuck them. I'm sorry. Fuck them. Every single time. Dude. No onions. And these motherfuckers double my onions, G. I swear, it's like I go to the same spots.
Dude, you go to McDonald's now, the new ones, the new upgraded ones, when they upgrade a building every so many years.
Where they got one of them?
Dude, what are they called? Oh, fuck, where was I at? Fuck, I was in one of these McDonald's the other day.
All right.
Oh, right there in San Fernando, off of San Fernando Mission and Sepulveda. So I walk into that McDonald's real quick to get some breakfast, and they just rebuilt that one. Dude, all they do is they got a cashier. You can't see nobody in the back. Oh. You don't see nobody at all. They got all the
little screens.
And you got screens everywhere, those kiosks, and you can't even ask somebody for fucking anything, bro. And it's like they're all hiding in the back now, and you're paying them $20 an hour. Shit, and then they fuck up your shit.
Straight up, and then they hit the Windex and that's it.
Man,
that's crazy, dog.
Right?
What I heard, crazy statistics that I heard about that specifically was that since the $20 raise in wages came for all these fast food workers, there's been a loss of 10,000 jobs throughout the entire state of California.
Well, there has to be, because first of all,
I
nobody's
hope they're all drive-through workers, bro. I swear. Whoever picks up the fucking order when I'm at the screen. Nah, I'm just playing. That's fucked up.
I was coming back from Laughlin, right? And I was going through Little Rock. I got to use the restroom. So I went into McDonald's right there in Little Rock so I can, but you need a code. So I fucking went, I said, I'll buy a small French fry just so I can ask for the code, you know? And dude, $5.68 for a small French fry.
That's
and
crazy.
the fucking French fries were cold. Like, really, I'm gonna pay that
Damn.
much for a small French fry and they're cold?
You would have had a meme of me fighting through the drive-through, chucking the cold fries. Yeah. Hey, but you know what's crazy though? Because we've had this combo, but I'm not gonna lie. Like 2-3 days ago, I fucked around and went to Carl's Jr. and they got these 2 burgers for $10. It fucked me up, dog. I didn't have no reason to buy them burgers, dog. Yeah, but you know what? Hey, if them fries are costing you $5, go to Carl's Jr. Get you a fucking Western bacon.
Yeah,
They're
right.
singles, homie, and then get you a superstar, bro, and
man.
stack them bitches up, G.
Damn. No, but are you up
4
for
from Wendy's?
There you go. There you
yeah,
go.
you're savage, dog.
But are you up for minimum wage being that high? No.
Man, I think that's such a slippery slope. I think it's a loaded question because I do believe people should be paid a livable wage. But I think this is a way of like.
But you think fast food is a living?
Nah,
you should be making a living off of fast
for
food.
college students.
No, yeah, high school kids.
Like high school kids, right?
Yeah.
Unless you're managing the position, right? Unless you're like in management, like you should make a livable wage if you're in management. But if you're just flipping fries, right, flipping burgers, I'm like, it's an entry level job to get you through school, to get you to college, to get you to the next level, right?
And managing's not fast food. You're people managing.
You're people managing.
Yeah, you're in service.
And I think the one thing that a lot of people don't understand is a lot of these places are franchised.
Yep. Yeah.
So like you see like, oh, well, McDonald's got it, but like, yeah, they got it, but like this
Bob's got it, G.
but this franchisee doesn't have it, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's the model. Like you guys aren't protesting the corporate, you're protesting the actual location where like it's owned by individuals that live in your community,
neighborhood,
and your neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Like they're owning these businesses, so you're hurting them as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yourself.
Well, they want to get rid of them. They want to get rid of them because they're the ones not supporting. I'm gonna say government. You know what I mean? Because they're the ones not bringing in that money.
Well, it goes back to education, dog. Like people just don't know a lot of what goes around them. They don't understand so much of what goes around them. And we're like tinfoil hat, right? Let me put that bitch on. I think society is been hyper fixated or curated in a way to make sure you're as distracted as possible, so you can't really ask these questions. Kind of like Rome in the Colosseum. If the games go on all year, you don't realize people are starving outside of the games. You just need some shit to look at and to do, right? When it comes to minimum wage, and that's why like I agree with this point of it being a loaded question. I think that you need to include inflation, like increasing how much money you're giving out on a currency that already has so much debt tied to it and no intrinsic value to back it. It's just not a good formula under any circumstances. That means you have to print more money, which means you have to curate more debt just to satisfy the lowest level of something.
Yeah. What do you think about the gas tax? 50 cents higher. What coming in November or something like that? November.
It's just
50%, bro. Dude, out of a gallon of gas is what I paid. What, $4.60 something today?
No, you'll pay 15. You'll pay 15. Don't worry.
Yeah, but what? $3 of it goes to tax already?
Yeah, you want them electric car
and they already taxed me on that my dollar already when I got paid.
Yeah. Oh no, they taxed
50%.
And we just had that combo.
53% of my check goes to taxes.
Well, we just had that combo. Every single time a dollar passes around, circulates to any degree, it's taxed. You know, if I pay for this at the store, it's taxed. When I get paid, it's taxed. When that guy pulls it from the bank, it's taxed. When it hits the bank, it's taxed 40 times before it hits you.
That's why 53% of my check goes to taxes.
It's retarded.
I get my check, and when I get paid on Fridays, and they tax me right off the bat. Then I go get gas. They tax me right there. I go buy a fucking Wendy's. They fucking tax me right there. Dude, my check is being taxed so much that I'm only getting half.
That's
and people don't realize that, and we keep voting for this shit. We keep saying, "Oh yeah, 1% or half a penny. What's the big deal, motherfucker?" They've been doing that shit since beginning of time.
And I know a lot of people get on like on the platform and on Gil for like being like, "Oh, like you're a conservative sympathizer and things of that nature, right?" But I'm like, look, they're
give them a few years.
Yeah, there's two sides of the same coin. Yeah. I'm like both parties don't give a shit about you.
No, of course not.
They just care about lining their pockets, right?
Yeah,
They care about making money. But to your point, man, especially here in California, when we continue to pay into these things, when is enough enough? When do we stop saying like, yo, like, so I had this conversation with somebody who called me from the city, right?
Yeah.
Those who happen, out there in the chat and, viewing this, to be blessed enough to own your own home, like you understand like special assessment taxes.
Yeah.
Right. So I had this conversation with the city calling me, right, and saying like, oh, we have this, it was like $5,000 tax, special assessment tax on your property because of we're raising money for like schools and things of that nature. Yeah. And I'm just like,
it's only $20 a week.
You did well enough to own this house. I just got to get some bread from you.
And I'm like, bro, dude,
I owned a boat, right? And I get a luxury tax. Straight up.
Oh, like, you're doing
seriously?
well? You're doing well?
Yeah, you're doing well. I'm going to have to do a luxury tax. You get jet skis, luxury tax.
Because some people in the city aren't doing well and you're doing so good. And I'm not going to put your money on them anyways.
Exactly.
And I'm not going to fix the streets.
Every year I get a luxury tax.
But you're living nice, so let me get that bread. Where's this boat at, G?
And I asked this person from the city who's calling me, I'm just like, well, where's my money going to?
Yeah.
What are you guys doing with it? Like, will you guys have city council meetings that you guys can come and and voice your opinions? I'm just like, you guys have those meetings at 4 or 5 o'clock when people are just getting out of work.
Well, you didn't go see the Lambo parked in the front?
We got kids, people who got kids, people who got families. I'm like, look, we're home cooking for our families and cleaning, and like, look, we don't have the access to be able to just pull up and be like, oh yeah, go come to the city council meeting. I'm like, are you out of your damn fucking mind? I got things to do.
You put it at the right time, Jay.
I have to work to be able to pay these taxes. And unfortunately, if I don't work, you don't get paid. So can you answer my question? Like, where exactly is my money going to?
Yeah.
And then they're just like, you know what? Like, I have no idea. And I'm just like, you don't have an idea.
But you want to take it from me.
But you want to take it from me.
Yeah, you making that phone call. It
don't make no sense.
No.
Yeah, the middle class is the one getting screwed.
Well,
because the poor people don't give a damn. No. The middle class is the one that's going to keep paying, and the rich, they're going to fight.
They're going to get rid of it.
Well, I think that's they're not going to fight, dog. What's going to happen is they're going to send the middle class to evacuate its own fucking class out of the entire system, and then inevitably become the guards of the upper class, right? And then like everybody that wants to say yes to, because we talked about this too. I believe that we're trying to take away the middle class in America, right? 10 for your hat all day, and then the people that will enforce it are probably foreign, UN soldiers that all of a sudden plop down over here, and they're like, all right, well, we'll be the guards at the gate, and there'll be people, the haves and have-nots, right? And it's just going to be a bunch of have-nots mad, no middle class mad. I think that I think you just have to like exactly like that, like a society has been curated, like, bro, Pavlov's bell. That bell in your classroom, it tells you whether you're in prison or whether you're in the workforce, bro. Like when the Industrial Revolution came around, we changed everything up. Every decade, we lowered the standard of the education system because we're trying to decrease the public's opinion to think critically and analyze. Because the worst thing that these people want, tinfoil hat, is a free, critical thinking society. Right. If I'm able to analyze what's going around me and be critical of it, be intellectually honest with it, observe it, and really set up a standard for myself, I will always fight all of this bullshit that's going on. They can't win that way, right? They have to distract you. They have to put the shows. They have to make the Coliseum, and you have to, play ball to whatever. You're worried about being cool and fitting in. You're busy. Then you worry about social standard and what you have to offer as a man. What is your status in the world, right? How pretty are you as a woman? Like, there's so many things to distract you on a daily basis that when the fuck are you going to make the time? And to your point, bro, they don't set those meetings up at that early hour for no fucking reason. They set it up because, hey, bro, if a tree in the forest falls, does it make a sound?
No.
Exactly.
No, if there's nobody that'll watch it, no.
Exactly.
It does not make sense.
So I'm sorry that the 3 guys that are 60, 70 and they're on retirement because they did well in life and they show up at every fucking one and bother you are the only 3 in that fucking auditorium. I've been to some of them, right? You do construction, you have to pull up sometimes. Sometimes you have to talk to some cats. But what you realize when you go there is it's an echo chamber, bro. The only thing fucking louder than the people speaking on those fucking stands is probably the door closing and opening. You know what I mean? But to be real, bro, it's not for nothing. You know what I mean? And I'm going to push your money out, and I'm going to make it really hard for you to get any type of information or protest me. You know, you don't got to just pay my tax. You got to pay for your kids, bro. And your wife's on your ass, and you're about to go through divorce anyway. Bro, so
that part, man.
Don't worry about this meeting, G.
Don't worry about this meeting.
Pick your socks up, fool.
Like here in California, we're overtaxed. It's such a beautiful state. We have some of the best weather in the world. You know, we're the like that weather, we're the like 5th biggest economy in the world, right? We have so many consumers of goods and services here. I know we get a lot of shit. I know a lot of people say there's, you know, a lot of like liberals and a lot of like crazy folks and a lot of, you know, individuals here. And,
You're not wrong.
But I'm like, number one, they're not wrong, right? There are a lot of them, right? But I'm like, look, there's a lot of people that come from all over the world, and your state specifically as well, right? So whether we're talking about Texas,
dad came here,
we're talking about, you know, Texas, New York, Florida. You talk about any of the states, people always come to California to try to make their dreams come true.
Oh yeah.
So, it's a state that like there's so much money here to be made, right? That they, you know, it's the have and the have-nots now. Yes, we have incompetent government. Yes, like, you know, our state governor is, man, crazy, right? But it's there. I think if we really wake up and we really have these conversations and we hyper focus on the local, we focus on our communities, we focus within ourselves. We have this conversation with, you know, our friends and our family and kind of extend outwards. I'm like, that's where we're supposed to go.
100%.
That's how we're going to make a difference. Like worrying about Newsom, like Newsom's going to do what Newsom does. You know, the great hair that he has, he's going to do whatever the hell he wants, right?
Newsom going to Newsom.
He's going to Newsom, bro. So we have to hyper focus more on our like local politics and our local municipalities and like our friends and family. You know, with that being said, like definitely wanted to bring a topic before we close out. June is known as Men's Mental Health Month.
Oh yeah.
Right? With you know, mental health really being at an all-time peak when it comes to like awareness. You know, I want everybody out there, you know, like men do things without expecting to be acknowledged for them, right?
Yes.
Without positive reinforcement. A lot of times as we do things, we go out of our ways, whether it's for our families, our coworkers, the people around us, and we don't receive that positive reinforcement.
100%.
So those individuals out there that have good men in their lives, whether it's brothers, it's dads, it's, you know, compadres, whatever it may be, is like, look, man, call your homie up, call your pops up, call people up, you know, check up on them, bro.
Yeah.
How you doing, big dog? You know, just wanted to have these conversations, man. I don't want anything from you. I'm just checking up on you just to making sure that you're good, bro.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, so I think it's super important amongst us to really normalize that, like having conversations and checking in with each other and just making sure that your homies and the people are good.
Yeah, no, I feel that 100%, man. And I think that it goes back again, education, each one teach one. The beautiful thing is you don't have to actually have the answers. You don't actually have to, it's not your burden when you do try to check up on your homies to fix your friends and the men in your life. It's as simple, sometimes just saving space. A lot of times the people going through things, they don't want to talk anyways. So to be honest, if I could give advice, if that's something that you're trying to do with somebody in your life that matters and you don't know how to deal with it, stop making it so damn difficult. To be honest, the best thing you can do, don't go over there asking them how they're doing, what they want to do. Go out there with a pre-plan, right? Think of who they are in the relationship you have with them. And I don't know, maybe you like to watch movies. Maybe we always go to the theater together. I know you probably don't want to go nowhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be like, hey, can I just come kick with you? Can we tap in? What you doing? Nothing? All right, I'm going to pull up. I'm going to bring a DVD, fool. We're going to watch a movie, or we're going to put on some funny-ass movie, dog. We ain't even going to chop it up. Let's just kick it, right? Don't try to pull something out of the person. Most likely when it's that bad, just be there with the person and come up with a plan for the person. Because if you ever been in a depression, if you ever been down, you know,
sucks.
It sucks, bro. You got no energy. You don't want to get out of bed. You want to talk, but you don't know how to speak, right?
Yeah.
You want to get some sun, but you don't know how to walk. So it's like, bro, if you want to be here with me, be here with me. Don't ask me how I can fix me through you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just come pull up. And it's that simple. But a lot of times as men, typically the man in your life that you're trying to be there for is already a strong man. It's already somebody, and that's why it's intimidating, right? So stop making it so hard. Stop making it so difficult. Make it easy even for the other person. And remember, bro, if you're the person going through it, to live is to suffer, to survive is to find meaning and to suffer, dog. Having a purpose, having something to do. Yes, you may want to sit there, lay there, and just wither off in the bed, but I promise you, doing any minuscule, tiny little fucking thing, you're going to suffer for a while. You're going to be paralyzed. You're going to be down for a couple of days. Don't fight it. Be present. right? Sometimes depression is just to depress. It's just to slow down. It means things aren't working right. And you need that time to observe what's going on in your life anyways. So while you're in bed and you don't have the fucking energy, until you do, right? Consider shit. Use that time. Use any energy, even if it's negative, right? When you're mad, go hit the bag type shit. We know that. But when you're sad, think. The clock slowed for you. Time stopped, right? Life dictated that. You did not. That's why you're depressed.
So don't go tell them, hey, stop being a little bitch.
Don't be a bitch. Hey, pull your socks up, G.
Hey, homie, get the fuck up out your bed. Stop being a little bitch.
And the last thing I wanted to say, man, because we like to talk about this a lot, but what we don't like to talk about is how hard it is doing that journey. How hard it is being vulnerable, right? Because the moment you're a stoic person, you're a rock, you don't talk, you don't express, and now people are asking you to, when you open up, when you start crying, when you start talking, when you start getting emotions, trust me, you're not going to know how to deal with it. So it's going to flood. And a lot of people are going to push away from you. A lot of people aren't going to know how to deal with it. Yeah. It gets just as lonely, right? And a lot of times you're going to be like, fuck this, bro. I might as well just do the same shit. Nah, don't, fool. Do not allow people's reactions to your change who you are or make you go back, right? Yeah. So the one thing I could say, man, is understand, find meaning in those moments that you have it, right? Yeah. If you're going to suffer, no matter what, you're going to suffer. That's life, homie. And that's being a man. You can't stop that. But what you can do is stop how you deal with your suffering. The other thing is, if you're somebody supporting that person, come with the plan. Make it simple. Keep it easy. Keep it loving and light, homie. And trust me, it'll be as easy as you make it or as hard as you make it. And the other thing is, if you're dealing in that thing, that's the last piece of advice I can offer you. You know what I mean? If that's what you're going through, don't slow the clock because it's already slowed. Do not try to speed up a clock you can't put your hands on. Take the moment for what it is. You know what I mean? It's slow, then think. You know what I mean?
That's a good way to end the show.
Yeah, how y'all feel?
My birthday is June 19th, fool. It's Miss Mel's birthday this month. And if you're sad on my birthday, G, pick your fucking socks up, dog.
That's right.
Damn.
Man. Shit. Boo Boo. Elijah, anything to say, bro? Elijah, thank you so much for joining us, bro.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Time on the podcast. First time on any podcast. Yeah. That's right.
Hey, that's a good first.
Yeah,
that's a good first.
Any last things that anybody wants to say?
Oh man, just fucking guys drive home safely and fucking make it home.
Man, before we leave, one more time.
Yes, sir.
I need you to do the commercial.
Oh, that's right. Good looking.
Gills on your head,
for the fourth time on this episode today, every 15 minutes we've been running it, or 8th. I don't know. I didn't do the math right. Haydar Extracts. Again, if you sad, if you're in a bad mood, you down, right? You gonna lay there anyways. Roll up a blunt in your bed, G. Don't worry about it. You need to think. You need to slow the clock down. You know. You keep this on you, bro, so it's not so boring while you slow that clock down and think about things, right? So again, Haydar Extracts 1 on Instagram. You could tap in with me, the.food.philosopher on Instagram. But yeah, man, keep it positive and loving out there, G.
Man, that's right.
That's right.
And your socks high.
Keep the socks high, definitely. That's always great advice. But for those men in your life, like, tap in. I can't reiterate that enough. I can't stress that enough. Like, you have good men in your life, like, let them know that they're good men. Let them know that they're loved. Let them know that you care about them. So from us to you, we appreciate you for tapping in today from the realest platform on YouTube, American Cholo. And we're out.
We out. See you next time.
That's right.
Yeah.